everybody. Welcome back to another summer shredding episode. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel. Just welcome. I am Jen. And finally, I'm picking up the camera and I'm going to take you along with me as I have made some big changes to my day, to my structure. I realized yesterday that today would be 60 days till the end of my summer shredding. I have not shredded much. I'm gonna put the number up on the screen. I am currently 19 pounds to go to reach my goal that I wanted to have by the end of the summer. I'm not planning on doing anything extreme to get to it. I'm gonna see where I go, but excuses no more. I feel like I have gained and lost, and gained some traction and had it pulled back, and I'm kind of riding the excuses, and I don't wanna do that anymore. So if you're somebody that just keeps on this roller coaster, follow along with me. I hope I can provide a little inspiration the next 60 days that it is possible to just clean up your act and get yourself back on track. And sometimes, as much as you don't want to see that number on the scale go up and regain weight after you have just worked so hard to lose it, I'm going to tell you that these things can happen. And they happened to me. And they happen because of nothing other than my own doing. So that's why we're going to talk through today's video as I take you along with my new morning routine, how I'm going to settle into this, what my goals are. And it's nothing drastic. It's nothing that I haven't done before. It's just no more making excuses, no more letting these habits come back in, no more the patterns, right? Like I'm noticing some of my patterns coming back. And I just have to understand that there are things in my life that I can't control, but what I can control is how I react to them. And so that is what I'm learning. And I'm going to just take it day by day. I have a lot of stuff going on also in my private life that have just kind of brought back some tendencies that I'm not a fan of in terms of just my relationship with food. I'm working through those things, working with professionals. I think it was time. But I am going to have my protein coffee, Fairlife chocolate nutrition shake, and Wandering Bear. That is it, nothing else in there. And this morning I am just starting with water, and I will explain that in a little bit. But right now I need to get my dog outside to go on her morning walk, and I'm just trying to be a little bit more routine in the morning, sticking to a plan so that I can fit some things in before I log in. Well, this is a little blast from the past that I seem to have made excuses to not do the past couple of weeks. Every summer when it would get nice out, and it would go into the fall too, I would go out first thing in the morning and I'd get my steps in. And it would sometimes be 30 minutes, sometimes I would be able to do 45 minutes. It just depends on when I get out, the weather, how I'm feeling, but I would always get steps in the morning and the fresh air and the sun and all of that. But I made excuses because things were a little bit chaotic at work, and sometimes I had to get on earlier than I wanted to. And I put some, guardrails in place. I've started, aligning things properly, and it's not going to be perfect, but today I am able to get out for a walk, and I'm really, really excited about that. So I'm going to go get some steps in. I'm thinking about 35 minutes, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to get ready to start my workday. But first, let's get some fresh air. So I'm about a mile in to my walk. I'm keeping at a nice little steady 17-18 minute pace, just going slow, enjoying the day. But when I said before about, talking a little bit about cleaning up my act for the next 60 days, nothing extreme, and just how certain habits crept back in, and I just want to say it has absolutely nothing to do with meals, right? My meals are so on point. It's the snacking. And even some of the snacking I think is considered a little bit on the healthier side of snacks you can eat. Yes, I have a cookie here and there, but like popcorn, nuts, like pistachios or walnuts or almonds, like all that can add up. And that was what was happening. And then ginger chews, there's a lot of sugar in those. I was battling some nausea a week or two ago, so I was having a couple of those a day. So these little things may not seem like a lot, but they add up. And that is exactly what was happening to me. So I'm just trying to be aware of that for the next 60 days and just just gonna try my best. All right, new addition to my morning. I am having my smoothie a tad earlier, so I have a whole bunch of stuff just dumped in here. One thing that you don't see that I already put away that I didn't take out that I'll tell you about, but basil seeds, obviously for the fiber, blueberries, Greek yogurt, strawberries, a splash of cold pressed OJ, chia seeds, and I'm out of this, but I had some milk cashews. And I was like, you know what, instead of almond milk, let me go ahead and give this a try. It's been actually really good. And what you don't see is it has 2 scoops of collagen in it because I'm not putting that in first thing in the morning. But this, I'm excited for. Now, I don't necessarily like to start my day a little sweaty coming in from a walk, but I'm still figuring out the timing. Hopefully I can get out a little bit earlier than I did today, so it'll give me maybe time to rinse off or change or this and that. But I don't have any meetings first thing this morning, which is perfectly fine for me. But what you noticed, 2 things that have changed this morning. Protein, I got my little fruit smoothie, and then just water. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to not make my meals as small as possible. Multiple times throughout the day. I'm just trying to look at everything that I'm eating and seeing how I can make it a little bit more filling, a little more nutritious. And that's what this is. And I'm not necessarily worried about calories. There's good enough protein in this. I did a cup of Greek yogurt along with everything else that just added a couple little grams of protein here and there. But this has a decent amount of fiber, which I'm really working on. But the main thing that I wanted to quickly touch on before I get started on my work today is that I had a massive blood work panel done, 12 vials taken last week. I have all the results, but I'm meeting with the doctor next week. It's all part of this little comprehensive plan that I'm doing at the med spa that I go to. I want to work a little bit more closely with them, a functional health doctor. I still have my primary care. I still have all my other doctors, but I started getting some of the blood work in, put it into ChatGPT, getting me a bunch of information. I'm not changing anything until I speak to the doctor. A lot of great results that came back from that and a couple little levels that were off. But with that, I noticed my vitamin D level was off. And you're probably like, how is vitamin D going to correlate to stopping electrolytes and creatine in the morning? It's not. But I noticed that was off. And I'm like, well, my multivitamin has more than enough in it. I get outside at least twice a day. And I noticed that, because I'm taking it later in the evening and not with food, maybe it's not absorbing the way I wanted to. And there's just a couple little tweaks that I want to make. And while I was talking to ChatGPT about that, I decided, let me give him my full, that's what Chatty, it's I don't know why I say him, but I give him my rundown of everything that I do in terms of supplementation and timing of it. And he pointed out that because I take my thyroid medicine at 6 a.m. and it has like, you should kind of avoid food for maybe an hour and then certain supplements as well within 3 to 4 hours of it. Once again, I'm going to talk to my doctor about this, but made some really, really good points where, I have my element electrolytes first thing in the morning and the magnesium and certain things in that can kind of counteract the absorption of my thyroid medication, which I think should trump anything else I take. So I just moved my water electrolytes and creatine to later in the afternoon. Same thing with my multivitamin, and now is at lunch instead of later in the evening. I'm just shifting a couple things around for the next couple weeks and months before I do my little follow-up, another round of blood work. But that's why this morning I'm just starting with water. And I think this is a good practice to do every once in a while, is just take a look at your routine, right? See the timing of everything you're taking. Think about how you're feeling. Like me, I usually crash around 3:30 and I'm like taking a look at what I'm eating and the timing of everything, and not trying to overhaul everything, but not trying to add anything into it that may not be needed, but just tweaking little things throughout the day. And I've noticed a little bit of a difference with that over the past couple of days since I've done that, but I got to get online. I want my water electrolytes. Just my water. Sorry about that. And I'm going to sip on my smoothie and just get this day going. Get the work day going. Got to mentally prepare for this. I got this. This is going to be a fun day. All right. So first half of the day complete. and it is time for lunch. And one of the things that I decided to do when I was like, let's get my act straight for the next 60 days is just think about all the simple meals that I have enjoyed, the foods that I've enjoyed over the past couple months, and not think of it from like a seasonal standpoint. It was more of a, what do I enjoy and how quickly can I make it? And I just kept going back to the fact that I loved my bone broth, my Wegmans chicken bone broth, which is 19 grams of protein per cup, and there's 3 cups in this, and so I do half. So let's do the math. That's pretty impressive, in the 30s for protein, and I just throw some rice in there, and that's what I want. And I had it yesterday. Actually, I've had it, now that I think about it, I've had it for the past 4 days. So this is day 5. And it literally takes me 4 minutes to make, and that is what I'm all for. Now, granted, it's hot out, so I'm drinking soup, but it's hot out, but I'm not exercising until later. So if I get out early in the morning and later, at this point, I'm in a nice cool condo, so having some soup isn't going to set me back and be like, oh, I'm gonna be so hot. I'm in an air-conditioned place, but I'm gonna go ahead, have my bone broth, but also with making changes to timing of supplementation with it, I'm also having my multivitamin. I have a cranberry pill. Why? Because I took them years ago to prevent UTIs, and I've only had one when I had to stop taking it for a bit. So it's just a mental thing. I don't know. Does it work? Who knows? But for me, it seems to. And then I also take my perfect aminos, just, being in a slight calorie deficit and working on trying to get my protein in. That's just more of supplementation for me, and I find that it really works for me. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm going to have my lunch, get back online, and just get ready for my workout later. All right, I am so happy because the work day is done. I am now going to head to the gym. First of all, I'm happy I can make it to the gym. I have been doing, and let me show you something, a mix between, getting to the gym and then some days where it just gets a little bit of chaotic, just a chaotic mess. I got this on Prime Day, and it's an adjustable Bowflex kettlebell. Absolutely obsessed with this thing. You just turn the dial and it will like change your weight, and then you lift it off, and I have a 3-day kettlebell split. So I'm looking at getting a bench added, nice little compact one, just so I can still get something in, and I don't have any excuses if I can't get to the gym. And I have access to 2 gyms, which is really sad. But because I have the ability to, I'm heading to the gym. I still need to get that squeak on my door taken care of. But today I am going to do some upper body, and I'm just excited also to get back outside for a couple minutes, walk to the gym, get some fresh air, some sun, get the workout in, and come back, eat some dinner, and relax. Because I have noticed past couple days, around like 3:30, I get a little bit of this headache. Sometimes that's what they say, like some midday fatigue, but I get a little bit of a migraine. My neck, I think, is a little bit tight. And I just get a little bit tired. Today it isn't as bad because I think the past couple of days I've really been prioritizing what I'm eating and going a little bit more higher protein and spacing things out really well. But yeah, so let's go ahead and hopefully it doesn't come on as I'm walking to the gym, because sometimes exercise does kick the migraine up a little bit. But let's head to the gym. Let's do a good upper body circuit. Well, I didn't make it to my normal gym, so I'm in the gym in my building. At least I made it out of my condo. But as I was heading out, I got a message to hop on a call. So I spent about 10 minutes on a call. And then I was like, you know what? I still have to get my workout in. Anything else they need, I'll do later. So here we are in my condo gym. Hey, it's the benefit of having 3 options. I should have no excuses to not work out, but I'm excited to get this done. I'm a little sad that the gym is empty because I thrive when other people are around, but you know what? I'm just coming in to get my workout done, and I don't want to say to check off a box, but just take it day by day and try to stay consistent and just kind of better myself each day. But we're gonna crush this workout. I feel it. It's a little warm in here. Just walking in here, I could already feel myself sweating, so this is gonna be an interesting session, but let's get it done. All right, so I'm back from the gym, and then I just did a very short walk for about 5 minutes, and I turned around and said, it's hot. But I just wanted to get a little bit of sun, fresh air, because I had not been outside since the morning. But here is my dinner for tonight. It is nothing spectacular. It actually was not what I planned to have, and it just turned into something I wanted. So we are having some healthier versions of shrimp nachos. It's literally just 3/4 of a pound of, I think maybe a half a pound of shrimp, some siete dip chips, some shredded mild cheddar cheese from a brand I think called Rumiano. Oh my God, it's like the best cheese. And just some red peppers that I quickly put in the air fryer. And to be honest with you, this is what I wanted. What I planned on making was still having, the peppers and the shrimp and a little bit of cheese. I was gonna make a nice salad, but I felt like nachos, and to be honest with you, I think this is still a good choice. And so far I have made it through the day without snacking, but the hardest is going to be this evening. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to eat my nachos and then just kind of slowly ride into the evening. So day one is done. I am sitting on the couch, just relaxing for a couple minutes, but I feel like one good day does not erase all like the inconsistent days. And I'm also really good at making plans. As you can see in a lot of my content, I make great plans, but my challenge is always just continuing with that plan, even if it's more than 30 days, especially my pattern for the past year or so. Just trying to get through the days that are stressful and they're not perfect has been tough for me as of late. And I do want to lose the weight I regained. I do 100%. And I don't want to keep trying to do this start over all the time. And I'm trying to move on from that. But this is my starting point right now. I'm not pretending I'm further along than I have been so far during the summer shredding series. And especially in days that do feel perfect, but I have 59 days left. I want to see what I can do with them. That doesn't mean there's not going to be things after that, but I just want to do it for these next 59 days because I just wrapped up day one. But if you've ever regained weight after thinking you have finally figured it out, I want you to know that you are not the only one. Unfortunately, it can happen, right? Even on a GLP-1. But it's all about not giving up on ourselves. And I have yet to give up on myself. I have good days and bad days, as I said before. But yeah, wrapping up just day one of 60 days just to kind of end this summer shredding on a good note. And I felt like I did today. Today I followed everything that I wanted to, even though I made a slight little change with dinner. I still covered all of my bases today. Definitely ate on the higher protein side of things, took all my supplementation. The only thing I didn't have today is my electrolytes, and I'm okay with that. I think it all depends on how I'm feeling and the food I'm eating. And I just decided, you know what? I'm just going to skip it. I almost did a half a packet of Element, but I was like, I'm just going to skip it today. Tomorrow, I'll probably have a half a packet. I probably would have had electrolytes if I walked to the gym. That would have required me to walk, outside. But I feel great right now. I am about to, like I said, relax for a couple minutes, gonna take a shower, wind down, call it a night. It's already 7 o'clock. And yeah, I just great day. Hopefully I can repeat days like today, and I'm gonna, take you along with me as I have through this entire journey. So if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. But I will catch you all in the next video. Hopefully you liked it. Don't forget that like button. Bye.